so we have a 2004 Honda Element, and the owner reports that he wasn't able to maintain speed on hills or even on flats eventually, and it got worse and worse during a long drive. So I'm suspecting maybe the transmission is failing. So we'll go ahead and we'll use a quality scan tool that can talk with all modules. So I've got this Altel 906 BT model, and we'll do some fancy tests with the fancy tools, and we'll do some basic tests with regular tools and try and get to the bottom of what's going on. And then in terms of the lights, we have illuminated check engine light. I don't know if the airbag light's because I'm sitting here with the door open, my seatbelt off. I'm not worried about that, but apparently the drive light has blinked in the past, so that's a sign of a transmission code logged. All right, we're scanning all systems. Engine faults first. Because I was thinking, what if the throttle position sensor was dead? That might make it feel like it has no power too. Or on these cars with the map sensor really screws it up. So it's not like guaranteed that it needs a tranny. It's just somewhat likely based on what I heard. Hopefully that's not what it is. We'd love to pop on like an $80 sensor and get this thing back on the road. With the 230,000 miles, I don't think the owner will do a tranny rebuild. So this is a life or death moment for this car. Control, vtech solenoid. All right, so these vtech codes are real common. Like if all right, so let's look at this code that's related to the transmission. Third pressure switch circuit high, and we'll just examine the fluid. So the fluid's bad. That generally means the transmission's bad. By bad, I mean smells like barbecue and there's metal chips in it. Let's see what we got. So we added fluid, and it was a little disappointing. It only took about a third of a bottle to get it up to level, which makes me think that this car will not be cured by just adding that small amount of fluid. And you know, the fluid smells pretty bad. Not terrible, I've smelled worse, but I certainly suspect that the transmission is wasted on this car. And it's too bad, because this thing will likely go to the junkyard at this point with it. Okay, so we've added fluid. We're gonna go on a test drive. We wanna see counter shaft speeds, main shaft speed, not RPM we wanna do. Okay, we're approaching a hill. Yeah, they're out of sync. Yeah, I could actually feel that bump when you hit the gas. I felt like a thud and a slip. Yeah.
But it always did that, but it never like shut down the engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet if we could really warm it up, we could see these speeds would spread way out. I am ready to condemn this transmission, I'm sorry to say. All right, so I'm back at home base, and I'm looking at the history that's logged on this, and I was kind of thinking about these codes a little bit, and the owner was saying he wasn't able to speed up, but he was able to get home from like, you know, many miles away. So I was thinking maybe I was kind of off thinking the transmission's burned up. Maybe, especially when I look at this rocker arm oil control valve stuck. So maybe his VTEC was just stuck, and then he had no power once he got above the RPM where VTEC would kick in. So maybe it's, although the tranny is in fact slipping on this car, maybe his problem that made him very concerned was not the tranny, but this VTEC code.